The day has come to put this RAV4 transmission back in the vehicle and see how it drives. Now let's recap everything we've done up until this point. In my first episode, we took a look at this RAV4 and we figured out that it needed a transmission, and we also did a little review on the powertrain system itself. In the second video, we took out the transmission, we disassembled it, and we found a broken low reverse hub. That was causing the car not to move. We slowly put the transmission back together in the third video, making sure everything was put back right and that we wouldn't have any problems when we drove it. That brings us up to the point that we're at today. Now all we got to do is put the pan on this thing, fill up the converter, install the converter in the transmission, and then we're going to put it on a jack, strap it down, take it over to the vehicle, and stick it in. Hopefully we'll be able to road test it later and see how it's driving. That's exactly design. trans cooler we're going to put on this thing. It's a 1679 Hayden Trans Saver. And this thing has a cooler on it, but it kind of runs in series with the antifreeze system. So we're going to give it its own cooler where it's not sharing the cooling power of the motor through the radiator. So it's going to basically have its own radiator without any coolant. We're going to slide it in down through here, hook it up. All right, we got both lines attached. Just gonna put some hose clamps on it. This cooler is what I was talking about in previous episodes to fix the overheating problem that caused the damage inside this transmission. Hopefully this cooler will make the transmission cool enough to last another 200,000 miles or more. And on these transmissions and these Toyotas, they usually, when they're rebuilt, outlast the motor. And I expect this motor to at least go another 100,000 to 150, maybe even 200,000 miles to make it to 400,000 miles. And that's if the motor's really well taken care of and has general maintenance done on it pretty frequently. Now we're just getting everything back hooked up top, putting the starter back in, plugging in the transmission lines, hooking up the electrical connections on the transmission. Then we're going to put the battery back in, fill it up with fluid so we can start it and see if it moves. Done and ready to go. We're going to get in it. We're going to start it up. I got a jump box on it. We're going to see if these tires move. You're going to watch for me. So make sure they move. All right, it moves. Listen, that's great news. Now we're going to drive it tomorrow, see how it shifts. Before we do so, though, we're going to let it sit overnight, make sure there's no leaks. And when we get here in the morning, we're going to lift it back up, look underneath of it one more time, make sure I didn't forget anything, make sure I didn't do anything stupid, and then we're going to take it on the road. And hopefully everything will drive fine, but we'll see, and I'll let you see it too. All right, here we go. We're going to get inside this thing, and we are going to test drive it, see what happens. We're going to take this thing up the road slightly. I hear the brakes rubbing pretty bad. We're just going to see how it feels real quick and see if it shifts nicely. Hopefully it does. Okay, it took a little bit to get in the second, but that's okay. Downshift in a second. Okay, we got some shifting issues here. Damn. During the initial road test, we had a harsh engagement in the second gear, and then the car decided to downshift out of nowhere from 35 miles an hour back down to 15 to 10 miles an hour. After that, I decided to pull it off the road, take it into a parking lot, and shifted it through the gear pattern a few more times, and we kept getting a harsh engagement in the second gear, or sometimes we wouldn't even get second gear at all. It would command second gear on the scan tool, but I would not feel any shift when driving the vehicle. This most likely means we have a problem in the valve body. That's the component that controls all the shifts for the transmission. It has solenoids and different things going in it. Now I did take it apart during the rebuild, but it was not in the last episode. I kind of just skimmed over it because it was a long, drawn out, boring process to watch. Good news for you is in the next video, we're going to have to take the valve body back out, so you're going to get to see it anyway. We're going to take it back out, see what's going on with it, and hopefully we can fix the problem in-house and get this thing driving where it shifts smoothly. Stay tuned for that video. But in the meantime, you can go check me out on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channel also, where me and my dad try to fix random car problems. And be sure to follow me on Instagram to stay tuned for a t-shirt giveaway. Everybody loves a free t-shirt, right? Until next time, folks, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you stay dirty doing it, and you can just call me Eddie.